Hey people, welcome to the channel. An earthquake in Spain. It's 3 provinces in which it was actually felt in Costa del Sol, the south of Spain, around here, close to Malaga. It's a 4.9 intensity magnitude earthquake. It's felt, yeah, it depends on where you are. If you're like in a taller building, you probably feel it a little bit more. If you're like busy with something, well, maybe mobile, you may not have even felt it. 10:38 in the morning, this is when it's happened. Was 77 kilometers deep, well, like here, like underneath. And yeah, basically it's that. There's with 4.9. It's almost like 5. There's really no damage to structures. I mean, could be maybe a crack in some old place, but really it's the kind of thing that a lot of people will tell you, I didn't feel a thing. And there's going to be a lot of people that say, yeah, I actually saw a little bit of movement. I felt it in taller buildings, especially so. But it's not the kind of thing that causes damage in general. When you're looking at the magnitude of earthquakes, it's not proportional. I think like 9 is like full destruction, like 9, magnitude of 9 is there's nothing left, but it's not like, ooh, 5 is probably very bad too. Not really. 5, 6, 7, yeah, that's when it starts getting a little bit, ooh, what's going on there? And it's also because, again, no surprise, these are all things known. We know that this is an area where you can have some movement. In Italy, every once in a while, you get a bit of a bigger one. There's been damage before, and it will be the case again. Now, it's not the ring of fire like in the Pacific, in Japan, and all of those, or the west coast of the United States, where you're waiting for the big one. It's more of a moderate thing, but every once in a while, movement, things can happen. So that's what we do here. In this channel, we talk about survival and preparedness, and you need to understand the potential threats that you may face one day depending on your region too, where you live. That besides your lifestyle, your personal situation, all of that, where you live dictates. Am I gonna face floods one day? Earthquakes, forest fires, problems because of natural disasters in my area, political problems that may occur. You have to be aware of all of these things and prepare accordingly. Remember, as always, for that, you have the channel with a ton of information, and I always recommend buying books, Sweet Survival Skills, Surviving the Economic Collapse, and again, in this case, bugging out and relocating, which is what you have to do if there's like significant damage wherever you happen to be. A tool that is always very important to have, especially for this sort of thing, your home base crowbar, pry bar, well, whatever brand it is that you have, okay? One of these things can be one of your biggest assets. If there's movement in the structure, you're trapped somewhere, you have to force a door or a window open. Even a solid knife can be used for that, but the pry bar or crowbar is always going to be a lot better. We're talking about more damage, not 4.9, 5 and whatnot. But if there's something that moved and unhinged doors a little bit more, or there's a risk of the structure collapsing and you have to get out of there very, very fast, that's going to be very important parts of your bug out bag. It goes along with your evacuation plan if you have to get out of there and go somewhere else. So all things that are, well, related to survival and preparedness. I want to end the video with this that I came across. I think it was yesterday that I saw it. It is a very good explanation. I think this is Japanese. A great explanation of how the plaques, it's tension, building up, and boom. That's how it goes. Great little explanation. The plate, the city, it's traction, it's piling up that pressure, and all of a sudden it releases. And when it releases, it may be a bigger one. And if it's smaller ones that you have very frequently, then you may be okay. But if it's a long time since the big last one occurred, this means that it's piling up on the pressure, and eventually when it releases, it's gonna be pretty dramatic. Yeah, looking at the west coast of the United States for that. It's been a long time since there was a big one. So yeah, if you're in LA, West Coast US, or other places where this is, waiting to happen. You need to prepare for it accordingly. It's not responsible to just say, hey, I just hope it never happens. That's not the thing we do here, right? We take these things seriously, prepare accordingly without fear and paranoia, just taking the necessary precautions and being ready. Guys, that's going to be all for now. If you enjoy the content of the channel, you can subscribe right now with a button somewhere over there. And as always, books are going to be below, available on Amazon. Have a great day. Take care.